Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is a bonus reading for you for the week of April 26, 2026. It is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else. And be sure to check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, now, Gemini, let's begin. And please forgive me for how I look. I was doing housework when I was called to do this reading for you. So let's begin. Tapping into the Gemini collective now. 4 weeks away for the sun signs from your birthday. Okay. Tapping into the Gemini collective now. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the bonus message here for the Gemini collective for the week of April 26, 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Nature Spirits, card number 39. And at the bottom of the deck, Boundaries, card number 26. Okay. It's really interesting. When I started shuffling that deck on the pre-shuffle before I turned any of the cameras on, before I did Aries, you're the third reading that I'm doing, I was specifically told not to go by the meanings of these cards as the author originally intended. Like not to go by the book meaning, but go by the intuitive hit. There's something here about you setting boundaries and you being really firm. And the only thing I see in the Nature Spirits is a tree. So this, you have to be rooted in this. Like you have to be solid in this. Almost like unmovable in boundaries. All right, what is this all about here for the Gemini collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's get a past, present, near future look at this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. In the recent past, Knight of Pentacles. Currently, Eight of Pentacles. Near future, Knight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers. Let's get a couple more cards here on the table. Tell me more about that Knight of Pentacles. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Pentacles. Five of Cups. Nine of Cups. And the Ace of Cups. Oh my God. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? I'll tell you the message in a moment. Hold on. One more shuffle. Thank you. Eight of Pentacles, clarified by Five of Wands, Page of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. Know your boundaries. Knight of Wands. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Wands, clarified by the Three of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Pentacles. Wash, rinse, repeat here. It appears to be what is happening. Recent past, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Nine of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. It's like you have some plan here. You have a plan, you have a wish, you have a goal, you have a schedule. This could be in regards to, like, I don't know, you want to go on a diet, you want to quit smoking. It could be in regards to, I'm going to buckle down and really get into, get my head into work. I don't want to lose my job, or I want to create a plan for the future, or save money for the future. There's something here that you need to be doing, right? This is Virgo energy. So there's a structure, there's a plan. I'm supposed to be sticking to this schedule. And then something happens where you end up in the Five of Cups instead of the Nine of Cups. And then with the Ace of Cups, it's almost like you got to start all over again. I feel like you keep getting interrupted. So it's like I'm all gung-ho. I have a schedule for the day, right? I'll give you my schedule. I wake up at 5 in the morning. I make my bed. I do about 15 minutes of workout. Nothing big or crazy. Couple of sit-ups, couple of push-ups. I make some coffee, and I hop in the shower while the coffee is being made. That literally is my every morning routine. I have my schedule. Now, let's say that is your schedule. So the example I could give you is you wake up at 5 a.m., 5:05, you're responding to a text message. By 5:30, you're trying to get into the shower, but then your mom or your dad call. At 6 o'clock, the kids need something. Oh, no. By the time you know it, it's 8 o'clock. You have not showered. You know what I mean? You're not ready for your day. There's an interruption here. I feel like you have a schedule. You have a plan. This is what I'm going to do. But you end up in the Five of Cups instead of the Nine of Cups because you don't stick to your schedule. And then it's like, oh, well, I guess tomorrow I could try again. Same thing, trying to lose weight. I have this weight loss plan, right? Virgo could talk about our health, like our physical health. I have this weight loss plan, but yet then you hang out with people and they're like, don't those ribs look good? Don't you want a second or third helping of the ribs and the mac and cheese and the potato salad? You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, shit, I got to start all over again tomorrow. So there's a structure, plan, schedule that you have here, if this is your message, but you seem to every day, like Groundhog's Day, well, I got to start all over again trying to reach that wish, goal, or dream. Eight of Pentacles. So here comes the next day. I sit down to work. I get diligent on the exercise regimen. This is the day I wear the patch because I'm giving up smoking. Like whatever this is for you. And then Five of Wands, Page of Swords, Eight of Wands. Communication, derailment, people taking you in another direction where you lose focus. And now you're not only mad at the person or people who did this, but you're also internally upset with yourself that, again, you had another day to start over on whatever the plan here or the schedule is, and you got derailed again. Got to get grounded. Have to have some healthy boundaries here. And I think this is what you're dealing with. So in the near future, it's about to happen again. Knight of Wands comes rushing in with the Three of Cups. Hey, Gemini, I know you're out on a date, but I know you're on a diet, but let's go out on a date and grab some pizza or some greasy hamburgers. You know, oh, I know tomorrow you're supposed to walk 3 miles, but let's not do that. Let's sit inside instead and do whatever. I know that you gave up drinking, but let's just go out for a couple of drinks. I mean, what's a couple of drinks? Someone is about to come in again and disrupt your schedule, disrupt your flow, and you're going to have a choice whether you say, Two of Swords, stop right there before we go any further, like just stop. Or like, I don't know, you put your phone on airplane mode or something. Like you're going to have a choice, or you're going to repeat a cycle here in the Nine of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. I feel like this has been happening for a long time. And it literally is, well, I guess I'll try again tomorrow. I'll try again. Everything is like, I'll try again tomorrow. And you're wasting all of your tomorrows. You know what I mean? Three of Swords. And it's a heartbreaking situation. So you have this plan, and someone or something keeps knocking you off of it or distracting you from it. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this here for Gemini. One more shuffle. Thank you. We'll take it. Ten of Wands. Judgment and the Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Pentacles. It becomes increasingly difficult for you to be able to make good on the plan, to keep to the schedule, to stick to that dietary regimen, if every time someone taps you on the shoulder or tempts you or distracts you, you know, you're like a gnat. No offense, don't get mad. I'm a Gemini sun sign, and you kind of lose focus. That's the feeling I'm getting there with the Page of Wands. So there needs to be more groundedness here in terms of your focus. This is my schedule. I'm sticking to it. This is how much money I need to save. This is what I'm going to eat. This is the exercise regimen I'm doing. This is my commitment to quitting smoking. Again, like whatever this is for you. I work from home. I have a schedule. No interrupting me. And I had to tell my dad that, who's not feeling well lately. And I was like, I will call you every morning before I start my work day. And if it's an emergency, you can call or text me, but you can't just randomly call me at 10 in the morning and want to shoot the shit. Like, I'll call you at 7:30 before I start my work day. So I just feel like you need to have some boundaries with people like this. What is coming up in the near future? Because it looks like someone is coming in here. To repeat offender. Or someone who's just exhibiting the same traits as people from the past who disrupt or disturb you. One more shuffle. Thank you. What is happening in the near future? Justice, Four of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Oh, I hope you do it. I hope you say, no thanks. I hope that text message comes in and you're in the middle of doing something and you don't respond until you finish doing it. I'm not telling you to be like a cool bitch, you know. I just got demonetized. But this appears to be what's coming in. Something is coming in and you're going to make a judgment call here to say no. Like, I'll respond back later. I'll respond to the email later. I'll respond to the text message later. So I like this for you a lot. Bottom of the deck, Two of Cups. Yeah, there's, again, it could be one person. It could be lots of people. And there's nothing wrong with having healthy boundaries. And if those people want healthy connections with you, then they need to respect your boundaries. And again, this could be someone who just, you know, I mean, we don't have a lot of pentacles on the table except for that Knight and the Eight. But let's say it is someone who's like constantly asking you for money. If you don't have the money, you just say, no, I don't have the money. And for those of you where you don't have an actual person doing this could even be at the workplace. Like every time you work, like the person in the cubicle or, you know, next door to you, or someone walks into your office and they just want to chat you up. And it's like, it's not chat time. I have projects to do. I have deadlines to meet. So take it how it resonates to you. But the overall collective here seems to learn some good boundaries, not only how to create them, but how to maintain them. And it looks like in the very near future, next 3 to 9 days, 3 to 9 days, just doing some tarot math here. Yeah, 3 to 9 days, you're going to have the opportunity to not respond until you're done with this, or to not be tempted even. Again, like if this is diet or exercise and someone's trying to tempt you to deviate from it. So let's get you 3 cards of advice. 3 cards of advice here for Gemini. One more shuffle. Thank you. your advice, the Star, the Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups. I like this for you a lot because I think it's only advice. If you can heal this wound enough, you won't have to continue to repeat the cycle over and over again. Like, you'll just have to tell this person or these people a couple of times and they're going to get it. After they try crossing your boundaries once or twice, they're going to realize that they can't do that anymore. So the Star is you being able to effectively, warmly, gently, again, and I had said, like, you don't have to be a jerk about it. Star to the Knight of Swords is you communicating, I'm busy right now. You need to put up some boundaries. Look at this person has 8 boundaries. So when that communication comes in, I thought we had the 8 of Wands here. Yep, we do. When the communication comes in, you're holding firm here. Like, I cannot be disturbed. This is what I'm working on. And after a couple of times of you doing that, I think the person gets the hint, and this ends up as a favorable outcome for everyone involved. You get to stick to the plan or the schedule, and you're still responding to this person. You're just doing it at a later date or at a later time of the day. But that is what I have for you, Gemini. That is your bonus message for the week ahead. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. Don't forget to check out your other placements. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.